I'm only arguing that it's illegal on Twitch.
Wait, what is illegal on Twitch? Do the courts use that to serve somebody?
That's the game.
But I'm not playing the game. I'm trying to get the truth.
It's not my game. That is the game. Like, if you're out here like, I can't believe you're pulling up tweets from 10 years ago. Listen, bro, I don't know what to tell you. That's the world. That is never changing.
But you're just throwing shit at the wall. What makes you better than him? What makes you better than Hasan Piker?
I'm glad you asked. Because my side is honorable, and it was obviously taken out of context.
Like, unironically, that's why we can't do a show. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Hope everybody's having a good day. It's Future Nick here, and I'm actually joining you early because I want to give you extra context for the video you're about to watch. Now, initially, when I was planning this whole segment out, this part would be included in a VOD that I'll be releasing later. Depending on when you watch this, it may already be out. But there was a controversy recently with Hasan Piker pulling a weapon and then allegedly doxing someone. And this segment flew off the rails. Initially, Dan Saltman, as you see right here, this is Dan Saltman. This is his YouTube channel. This is what he looks like, okay? That's not gonna be funny to you right now, but it might be funny later. I don't know. It depends. You gotta watch the video to find out, okay? Anyway, Dan Saltman actually heavily disagreed with the coverage that I made, and he jumped in to argue with me. Look, I'm not gonna preempt it. I'm not gonna lead you anywhere. I'm just gonna let you watch it, and then I promise I'll rejoin you after the fact to give you updates and additional context provided with the things that happened the following day, as it is pretty important for the VOD to see, I guess, how this discussion progressed after the stream. Anyways, please enjoy the segment. I'll be back in a little while. Now, I did see this one. This is the main reason why we're here today, the glue that holds the segment together. Hasan Piker founded Chatter's YouTube channel, showed it to his stream, and he waved a gun around, a toy gun, to be clear. I haven't seen the clip yet. I'm going to watch it with you, because people have been asking me why I have X opinion on it, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't watched it, so I don't know how you got my opinion on it. I haven't tweeted about it yet. I haven't tweeted about Mike yet. I have no opinion on this. Everyone's telling me that I've sold out for my opinion on the gun thing. I heard Augie didn't like it. I haven't watched it yet, so we're gonna watch it right now, and I'm gonna tell you what I think. And I actually went back to the original VOD, and I showed additional context. By the way, if you're wondering how I did that without watching the clip, I'm airballing it here. You can click this button to see the clip, and if you want to be like an epic independent researcher, you just hit watch full video, and boom, there it is. Whoa, shit, dude. Thank you, Hasan, for that. Holy shit, dude. Hasan's complimenting my weight loss. Okay, here.
You found his account?
Today, I'll show you 3.
Oh, fuck, dude, I thought there was something wrong with this. I thought the audio wasn't working. I'm sorry, I'll lower it. Oh my god.
My message would be
Open presents, thank you for the 100 gifted subs.
Wow, dude, thank you for the 100 gifted subs to that guy. Wow, dude. Anyway, what's the next thing he's gonna say? What's the next word out of after the 100 gifted subs?
You
what do you
found
think?
his account?
today, I'll show you 3 ways you
Oh, good. All right, so doxing so far, I don't know if I agree with it. Pulling up a fucking YouTube channel, unless he does something else here, I would say not doxing.
can use your
Wait, this is the guy?
First thing we want to do is download the YouTube VPN app, which we can do through the first link in the description.
All right. Now, I've heard, forgive me if I'm wrong here, I don't want to slander this guy. I've heard this guy is not even the one he's mad at in the clip either. That's another thing. We're going to check that out. I've got all of that queued up. But just to be clear, it is like questionable if this guy is even the one Hasan was mad at, and he just throws this up on the screen and just fucking insults the guy.
Fuck are you gonna do, bro? Write a petition? Let's do a crusade, he says. Let's do a fucking crusade, he says. Let's hang Hasan and Mamdani for treason, he says. The fuck are you gonna do?
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
Well, fucking...
Dude, why did he... Wait, what?
Fuck are you gonna do, bro? Write a petition? Let's do a crusade.
Dude, fuck are you gonna do, bro? Lifts gun. I'm sorry, that's insane. I mean, look, it's not the worst thing ever. Let's be honest here. This is not the worst thing on planet Earth. It is weird that Hasan is doing this, though.
Fuck are you gonna do, bro?
You know, it's like, you know what this reminds me of? This is like modern day Tonka. This is Tonka song.
Through the first link in the description.
And it makes it even funnier if that kid's not even the one.
Fuck are you gonna do, bro? Write a petition?
Yeah, and the clip falls out too.
Let's do a crusade, he says. Let's do a fucking crusade, he says. Let's hang Hasan and...
Unironically, you know what? Look at Hasan right now, right?
The goat.
This is the face of everyone who's like on Twitter declaring like Luigi Mangione is the greatest person alive. It's some fucking tanky who doesn't look like Hasan pulling out their toy plastic gun saying they're gonna take back the country. That's unironically the personification of the Discord admins that make up his fan base.
I'm Donnie for treason, he says. The fuck are you
It's
gonna...
a magazine? I don't know, dude. The only magazines that I'm talking about here are...
Go on a fishing expedition? Try to fucking put malware in my phone? Is that what you're gonna do? You skinny bitch. Ugly ass. That's not him, it's this.
Wait. That dude, he does his whole promo and he's like, wait, that's not even him. Chad, it's not even him. It's Apex Crypto.
Where my phone? Is that what you're gonna do?
It's a different guy named Apex Crypto.
You skinny bitch, ugly ass. That's not him. It's this. Oh, it's even worse. Oh my god.
And it's like some fucking account that's like, check out my Bitcoin wallet.
Does he even show his face in it?
Ping for US servers is kind of high. Or there is.
Oh no, it's even worse. It's even
Yeah, I don't think this is doxing, guys. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
worse.
I don't think this is remotely doxing, to be clear. You want to see a clip of Hasan Piker? Well, he's not even doxing in this clip, but this is Hasan Piker. Like, this is what I'm talking about. I wasn't surprised to hear that Hasan might dox somebody on stream, because this is like my favorite clip of Hasan.
Watching you squirm after Destiny's stream is my favorite thing to watch. Here's some money for the best content on Twitch XD.
Thanks, buddy. I have your email now, by the way, just for the record. So why don't you just stop fucking sending me donos to harass me for your daddy destinies with literally your email involved in it?
Like, what are you gonna do, asshole? You got his email. Wow, big whoop, dude. You're gonna start fucking, you're gonna research him, publish that shit. Now, it's not doxing inherently, but that is absolutely a fucking
Nicholas
threat to a
DeOrio.
dono.
What a fucking stupid thing you just did now.
Fucking idiots! Fuck! Yeah, so that was the, but again, I'm not really surprised if Hasan would go that way. Again, all of his fucking, the other guys just do that out loud, but I don't think that's what's happened here. I don't think that like I could in good faith criticize Hasan for doxing based off this clip. My whole point is the threat. The threat, sure, whatever. I don't know. To be honest, I think that, like, here's what I'm gonna say. This is my take on it. I think that any other Twitch streamer would probably get a 24-hour. This is not a permanent ban material argument. And most of the stuff that Hasan did, with the exception of some of the terrorism praising stuff, probably shouldn't be. But I think probably a 24-hour would be ideal for that. Sure, 100%. If you're banning people for smashing keyboards over their head for self-harm or something, even when it's a part of their act, and if you're banning Destiny's son for shooting his dad with a toy gun, saying that you're gonna kill him or whatever, and loading a magazine into a clip, I think consistency deems 24-hour ban. But again, no one's really dude, nobody wants to hear that argument, because nobody wants to hear that Hasan Piker gets fucking better Twitch.tv hair from them than everybody else. It's just like, oh guys, did you know that Hasan Piker has double standards at Twitch and gets benefited directly from his association on that platform, and he stays there specifically because he can do just about anything he wants without any repercussions, and he's like the golden boy of the platform. Holy shit, guys, this is a brand new video, episode 400. But like, yeah, that is, it's another argument. It's another one. Just add it onto the list, right? We've got a million different ways to say the same thing. Everyone at this point understands that Dan Clancy goblin glazes this guy.
Guess who he's a fan of? Awesome. First time catching him on Lamau.
Oh, it's an iconic fan. What did this guy even say?
Oh, the infamous chat.
So he's a fan of Asmongold. Yeah, I'll check out Legal Mindset's video, but I gotta be honest with you. This is I think this is a weaker one. I don't know. When did he start waving the gun around? That's another piece of content that's important here. Why the fuck did Hasan just have a toy gun on his stream and he just starts pulling it out and waving it around? Sure, you could say that's an incitement to violence in some capacity. I wouldn't say it's a particularly strong one, but I think if I did it, they'd be calling me to get banned on every form of social media. So maybe I'm too charitable. Who knows? Hasan reacts to a chatter calling him out. So this is Hasan's immediate reaction, like the Frogan era immediate reaction. Let's see what he has to say.
Go a word.
Someone just said, why did you threaten a YouTuber with a gun? Dog, that YouTuber literally said, I should be hanged.
Okay, so, all right, so I guess, but you're supposed to say I wasn't threatening him with the gun, and that would probably be a little bit better. Like, that would be a little bit, okay, sure. And again, I get it, yeah. But I'm not getting on stream saying that, like, Bad Empanada should be fucking, you know.
No, just go a word.
Someone just said, why did you threaten a YouTuber with a gun? Dog, that YouTuber literally said, I should be hanged. And I said,
what?
Good luck.
When did this happen?
And I just showed this. I said, good luck with that. Why did you threaten a YouTuber with a gun? That YouTuber literally said,
like, I don't have an issue. If he said that Hasan Piker should be fucking hanged, I think that Hasan can, I think he gets a little bit of grace in responding back, sure.
me and Zoran Mamdani should be hanged.
Who is this guy?
Some random fucking...
But Twitch.tv should give you a... Like, Twitch.tv, anybody other than Hasan, yeah, I think that's a genuine reason why you're, like, aggressive back at somebody. But Twitch really shouldn't care about that from a platform perspective. Like, if you wave a gun around to an audience of thousands of people when you're saying something like that, and yeah, I think that could be viewed as incitement. I think, the correct course of action is probably a 24-hour and a slap on the wrist saying, don't do that again, because you wouldn't want streamers to continue brandishing fucking fake firearms when they're talking about people to large audiences.
In crypto dickhead. And then they got subsequently banned immediately too.
That's a toy gun.
Yeah, it's also not a real gun.
Right.
Don't worry.
What do Dems do now after this?
I see Dan Saltman crying in chat right now that we're not watching the Mike from PA video. Bro, it's part of the segment. Can I get there? It's right here. Look, it's in order. God, stop backseat driving. All right, Dan? Dan's leaking that I'm doing a podcast with him. My whole audience is like, Nicholas is selling out to work with the guy who started Twitch Adpocalypse. And it's like, I haven't even fucking decided whether I'm doing it yet or not. I'll let you know when that happens. Dude, if we go by every podcast I almost started, I almost had a podcast with Dylan Burns. There was going to be a show with John Swan. Me and Augie were going to make way more content. This shit happens all the time. All right, I'll let you know when I announce any project if I'm working with Dan
recommend
Saltman.
watching Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
But I do think that the stream that we did was really good. I think a lot of people enjoyed it. The one, like the 4-hour thing that we did. Listen, I've been talking about wanting to start a fucking show with Harley Morenstein. I should message him about that because I would want to do I would want Harley Morenstein to come in here and do drama every so often. I haven't talked to him about it, but to have him on stream every so often could be kind of fun. I think the drama community needs more Harley Morenstein to come in and talk about things that aren't creator clash because the guy is very entertaining. But I'm getting sidebarred right now. So the guy Hasan falsely crashed out against ended up responding. So this is the guy right here. Damn, that's me. I definitely didn't comment any of those messages, but thanks for calling me an ugly, skinny bitch, I guess, which is really funny. Like, that's insane. And then Dan wrote, Hasan doxes a user while threatening them with a firearm. I don't think that was doxing. Where is the doxing? Oh, is this the picture too? This is the message. It's time to crusade. I gotta find the Dan Saltman clip because maybe that will have additional context that I didn't see. Maybe he has more context on his Twitter that helps Hasan. Let me check this one because I wouldn't want to harm Hasan Piker here. This is it. Yeah. Dan Saltman. The streamer in this video got a permanent ban. Oh, this is fucking Destiny's Child, not the band.
It's time to crusade Iran and Gaza. Mamdani communists. Let's go to war against the left.
Yeah, I don't think his name is... Dude, all right. Hot take here. Hot take delivery service. Here we go. If your name is Apex Crypto YT, I think that people have the right to pull up your YouTube channel.
Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
This guy's literal name is Mike from YT, and then you went to his YouTube channel to find him. I don't think that's anybody's problem. This guy's literally... His fucking channel links you to his fucking YouTube channel. I'm sorry. He has YouTube in his name. So yeah.
Nicholas, the GOAT. Thank you for the $5, my man.
President Trump has been able
Oh, that's where the gun comes from. Yeah.
working people who've been left behind by our politics compared with what President Trump has been able to do.
Dude, this guy wants the aura of like Windigoon so bad, and I don't know why.
You know, over the same period of time that I've been running has been tell him
kinda. Well, what's the risk of pulling up this guy's public YouTube channel with 10,000 subscribers? Like I'm or the other one might have even had more. Like don't put your face online, I guess, if you don't want your YouTube channel to show your face.
The last person who couldn't get my name right.
It's your YouTube channel. This guy didn't pull up white pages, right?
We defeated them, and that's what it's going to look like again.
So then I went on Kiwi Farms and I started reading his family's address. Okay, sure. Gotcha. 100%. You got him, right?
Okay, fair enough. As you may...
Has Nick figured out who the Zoran is? I don't really like that movie. So this is the doxing from Dan.
You can use your
Even if the perpetuator only exposes information available via public record.
Wait, this is the guy?
So everything is doxing. Wait a minute. Did you just say my fucking name? Who the fuck just wrote Nicholas DeOrio in chat? You fucking filthy doxer. I will be reporting you to the IRS.
Hey, first thing we want to do is
No, Nick, check Discord. Hold on, I'm watching your video, Dan.
download the YouTube VPN app.
Use of weapons to threaten, intimidate, or harm or kill others.
Bro.
It's like, thank you, Dan, for placing the appropriate TOS violation on screen. Okay, that's the gun. Here.
You skinny bitch. Ugly ass.
Stop calling me Nick from NYC. I don't like it. Gosh, guys. I'm gonna punch the couch. It's over, dude. I'm fucking... Dude, it's the couch aside, all right?
Hey, yo, dead ass G. My bad, pimp. That's just what happened when you a motherfucking real ass boss.
Yeah, it's Nick from Miami now, motherfucker. I'm in GTA. I think Dark Viper made a video talking shit about me, saying if I died, no one would care. I'm glad to know that I still live in that guy's fucking mind, dude. The ultimate rape review is happening in his prefrontal cortex.
Does he even show his face in it?
Ping for US servers is kind of high, or there is...
Oh no, it's even worse. It's even worse. What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter? Nick
Fucking
DeOrio. Mr. Who is advocating to this fucking doesn't realize.
Is this like a fidget toy? Does he have a gun fidget toy? Like, what is this?
That
you ever see those things? I see the YouTube shorts where it's like, why do you buy a gun that can't shoot? And they just sit there fucking with it the entire time. That would be pretty fucking cool. The clip fell out, yeah. Well, listen, dude. A lot of guys have trouble keeping it up. Okay, you got. It is cringe, yeah. They are mags.
He already got side-wided. Oh, yeah. They already.
I got a word just like that for people who correct me on whether it's a clip or a mag. Holy fuck, dude. All right, Dan Saltman is desperately trying to give me proper context here. All right, let's go. Okay, so now it's not doxing from a legal term. It's doxing from Twitch's terms. Again, Dan, I don't disagree with you that Hasan should have got a 24-hour for this. I just think it's kind of soy to call it doxing. Doxing often involves bad actors. Thank you for fucking circling it for me so I could see the approved talking points. Attempting to cause inconvenience, harm, or embarrassment or shame. But Dan, the part that you didn't show is by publishing confidential information about the person. That's kind of the important part. Embarrassing someone by showing their social media profile where the YouTube is in the name is not doxing. That's crazy. Dan, that's like the most important part of this, bro. That's the most important part, is that it's confidential information. Hi, Future Nick again. The one intervention I will give you before we get to the actual debate is something that I had missed even when we talked, and I probably should have noticed it here, but this list right here that you're seeing on screen, well, it's qualified with like the word could. Like there is literal nuance baked into the TOS here. So could is not like a definitive. Just because someone's real name is being used, they're obviously not enforcing it that way. Like if I say Hasan Piker, because there's an off-platform ban thing too, right? Like by me saying Hasan Piker on YouTube, or even if I got on Twitch right now and I said Hasan Piker, I would not get banned for the doxing policy, and I'm not protected by Twitch. And I think that like if Twitch TOS worked the way that Dan Saltman claims that it works here, by ignoring like all of the things that don't agree with his argument, you would literally have to ban every single person who makes React content on YouTube, because all of them are clicking on these accounts, all of them are watching these videos, many of which are seeing their faces. Now, you might be able to box that in for a negative reaction where they're critiquing something and maybe being like a little too harsh, but ultimately we know that this is not how Twitch enforces these policies at all whatsoever. What's happening here is a lot of hopium. Like this is the change that Dan wants to see in the world. He has decided that this is what the Twitch TOS means, and it's extremely disingenuous in my opinion. So now we've got personal photographs and social media profiles. I think they're talking about like fucking Tinder. I think they're talking about fucking private accounts that aren't publicly associated. But dude, I'm sorry. This law is draconian if you can't show a Twitch streamer's YouTube name when their name is YT at the end. That's fucking draconian. That's bullshit. Twitch should change it if that's the case. The issue is that he's holding the fucking gun. And I think that's a 24-hour slap on the wrist. That's what I'll say. But calling this fucking doxing is stupid. Doxing of any thank you for circling the part that says doxing is bad. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. Showing somebody's YouTube channel is not doxing.
I really like you.
I hate to defend Hasan Piker, because Hasan Piker would not defend me. But yeah, I don't know. Principles and shit. Everyone's gonna get in a circle and be like, oh, wow, I can't believe it. Nick has principles. Or something.
I recommend watching
No
Nicholas
way.
DeOrio's
I can't believe
video.
it. But yeah, that's kind of stupid.
Hasan is right. It was obvious the gun was fake, as a real one would be too heavy for him to pick up. Just like the swastika.
No, it's okay.
He had that wasn't
Guys,
too
the
heavy.
reason why he's using a fake small gun is it's in proportion to the gun size that someone with a childlike head would be able to hold. You know? The gun is in proportion to his actual head. That's why it's so slow, you know? Small. Well, I guess slow as well. That's another one. That's fine. We'll just go with that. Just wait. What else is there? That's the segment. Well, we're going to keep going. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's a little stupid. Nick DeOrio addressed the B allegations, dude. You could be a B. We did kind of defame Hasan. I have to defend him here because we kind of defamed him last time I streamed. We posted this segment going over Hasan, and yeah, we definitely did. Actually, there was a whole Reddit post about how I defamed Ethan Klein too. I'm on a defamation spree. Tell me right now, this is not the greatest thumbnail in history. Look at this thing. hates women, right? Do you see what's hidden under the time code? It's a question mark. So the thumbnail that you can see, because the time code on YouTube blocks it, is Ethan Klein covered in blood with the text hates women, and it's not technically clickbait, because if you pull the PNG, it will show you what the intent behind the thumbnail actually was. That's one of the fucking greatest thumbnails I've ever made. But this is what I did actually defame Hasan on purpose here, so I will be hearing from his lawyer.
You can be a vexatious litigant.
People are asking if that was a glitch, dude. When I said Hasan Piker was brave to say you could be a bee.
You can be a vexatious litigant.
Let's stop.
Nick is doxing my point. I'm sorry. Nick is dodging my point. Let me scroll up. Oh, what's up, BB? Hello. Bro, okay. So it's okay if I set my name to Nicholas DeOrio on Facebook and start shit talking streamers and have them pull up your Facebook? Okay, Dan, there's a huge fucking difference than you pulling up my Facebook that is privated, that you would have to like get access to by friending me and shit.
Is a virgin?
And pulling up a YouTube channel.
Why would so many
It's a YouTube channel. These are all publicly available videos. They're uploading videos with the express... Dan, you want to call about this? Do you want to talk about... I don't want to fucking blow up on you on stream, but I will bring you in here if you want to argue this with me, because this is the easiest debate I've ever had in history if you come in here and talk about it. I would love to... If you want to come on here and explain this to me, you're already calling. Okay, listen, that's not doxing. Hello, Dan Saltman on the air. What's going on?
God, I've been smashing my fucking face against the keyboard.
All right, please just tell my audience why I'm wrong and a malicious actor.
Oh, you're so wrong. You're so dumb. So what about? Okay, you're thinking about big YouTubers. What about if I'm just fucking Orpheus, like Orpheus 315, and I'm small and my YouTube is just me hanging out with my kids and nobody knows about it, and I have fucking 3 subscribers?
Yeah,
Do
it's
I
not
get to go
doxing
on there?
to pull up a YouTube channel with somebody's kids that they willingly upload.
It's nothing to do with anyone else, bro. It's not. I just set my name to someone else. I come into your shit and I start shit talking.
YouTube is not a site to post your private movies and family fun and all that stuff.
I would
it's
agree.
It's a website.
I agree. This is retarded. Okay, but people have public Facebook pages also. Okay, so you
sure,
can't
and
say
it's different than a content creator on a content creator website and a second content creator website. That is insane.
If my name was Nicky D316 on FB, you would have no issue pulling that up on stream, and you wouldn't feel nervous.
No, because my account's
that.
private. If you got into my account and you started pulling up my family members based off that, I've gone out of my way to private all that information, so it's not easily accessible to the average person. Sure,
so
100%.
Anyone who has a public.
And by the way, just to be clear, your argument right now is that Ethan Klein is a doxer because he literally did this. Ethan Klein literally pulled up a Facebook account or an Instagram account.
This is the great part. I'm only arguing that it's illegal on Twitch. It's not illegal on YouTube. Twitch is retarded, okay? And you can't deny that he absolutely broke the fucking golden rule. It's completely different on YouTube. It is.
So wait, what is illegal on Twitch? Do the courts use that to serve somebody? This is why it's fucking cringy.
When I say illegal,
so he's a doxer in respect to Twitch? That's so fucking stupid.
I agree. It's fucking autistic. It's not autistic.
So then why is the argument that Hasan's a doxer and not that Twitch's TOS is bad?
Well, that's something you have to take up with Twitch because Twitch will ban people.
Because you're carrying really hard here, dude. We understand Hasan Piker
That's completely unfair. No, Hasan Piker doesn't get preferential treatment. If I was not banned on stream, or if Destiny wasn't banned on Twitch, if I went on there and I pulled up someone's fucking profile and started shaking a gun around, saying,
this is my argument. I just gave it for fucking half an hour.
I wouldn't get a 24 or a 30-day. You would be gone forever. Forever.
Well, I think Destiny's kid's banned forever, right? Just to be clear.
He is banned forever. And he didn't even do the Doxing. Sure. And it was the wrong guy. But that said...
But that's the point of the branding. Wait, that's the brandishing the gun part. The doxing part is stupid. He pulled up the guy's YouTube channel. That's what we're arguing about.
But what I'm saying to you is the reason that rule's in place is that anyone could set their name to someone else. And that's a scary thing. Like, if you are just a nobody...
Well, thank God that they only set their name to YouTube.
Hold on. I'm just saying, hypothetically... Let's say that you're literally a nobody. You're not even online, but you hate like an ex-girlfriend, okay? And you set your name to this ex-girlfriend. So you're like Sarah Susan's YT, okay? And you go on there and you start talking shit.
And Sarah Susan is a stupid bitch for uploading fucking public videos on a public platform. I'm sorry, like it's fucking YouTube.
That's the rule. That's probably the rule. It's in place. It doesn't have to be YouTube. It could be Facebook or something.
That's not doxing. That still wouldn't be doxing.
I don't know.
I do. It's absolutely not.
I would say it's not. I would say it's not from my perspective, but it's actually also
from Twitch's perspective. That's so stupid, bro.
Why? Do we not have to live in Twitch's ecosystem?
No, we don't. We agree that all of their TOS is fucking stupid.
Well, if we're just gonna roll on that, then sure, yeah. Then everything is. Then the only doxing is literally like
their
taking
argument
someone's
right
email.
now is like when they're talking about the clip where they're like, oh, it's the hypocrisy that's the worst part. And they're like, no, actually,
it's not the worst part. It's the gun waving and pulling up an unrelated person, calling him a fucking loser is the bad part, and that's why they probably have the first rule that you're not supposed to do this.
Dan, that's a solid argument. I got no problem with that one. I agree with that one. But when you extend it to Doxer, you give people tons of range to call you a bad faith schizophrenic, and then you get on my fucking stream and you're like, actually, Nick, this is where you got it wrong. It is illegal on Twitch.tv.
Right, well,
dude,
I mean that was
the Twitch police are gonna come arrest you.
You know what? You are a son of a bitch. Okay, you're using that one word, not illegal.
No,
but
you're using that one word, Doxer.
Well, that's what they say. Look at the fucking page, you dumb bastard.
Then why did you not? Wait, why did you not pull up? Why did you not circle the publishing confidential information part and only point to the cause inconvenience and embarrassment? Your doxing policy that you're telling me that they have is that
because Twitch gives an example of what confidential information is, and look. It's photographs.
Then Dan, you deserved your ban. You pulled up fucking Dan Clancy's social media sites and laughed at him. You're a doxer. You deserved it.
I'm not arguing. Why doesn't Hasan get it then?
The goat.
Why doesn't every streamer who's ever laughed at anybody ever get hit by this policy? It's because obviously it wasn't the intention when they wrote it.
I mean, the intention is that if you're trying to make someone feel uncomfortable, that's like at the top there, right? If you're attempting to make someone feel inconvenient,
the top
harm,
is the publishing confidential information part.
It's circled in red right there. Why?
No,
what is it?
I know, but you forgot the rest of the sentence.
Okay, we can go through it. You won't win on this. I'm a debate bro. You're stepping into my world, okay? I'm a debate bro.
You're stepping into my world. You're a co-host.
You commentate on the debates. I make the debates, okay? This ain't gonna go the way you think, guy, okay? It's not. I'm gonna tell you right now. You're not ready. You're not cut out for this. Listen, it says attempting to cause inconvenience, harm, or embarrassment or shame by doing this shit. I agree.
What shit? Please tell me what shit he did. What was the shit?
Publishing confidential information.
Dude, the confidential information of his public-facing YouTube videos, Dan?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Can we look at the list of examples that they give right below? It's very helpful of Twitch to do that.
Do you understand that even YouTube videos can be private, right? Distributing private YouTube videos is different than distributing public ones, right?
I missed some. That first one there is too, the real name. I think that was in that one as well. That's not good.
Okay, dude, so if you critique anyone using their real name, even if they set that to their channel name, that's doxing.
I mean, if you're doing it, attempting to cause inconvenience, harm, or embarrassment,
I can hit every Twitch streamer. I can ban them all. I can ban every Twitch streamer because I use my real name on YouTube, and that's TOS breaking right now. Dude, Hasan will rue the day when I file these reports.
On Twitch, sir. On Twitch.
Dude, Hasan is gonna rue the day he criticized me.
Mr. Oreo.
No, listen, there's a big difference between Twitch and YouTube. Okay, YouTube is way better, way more intelligent with this stuff. Twitch is like the Care Bear, like stupid space of all this stuff. I
gotta be honest, Dan. I agree with you 99% of the time that Twitch, in and of itself or whatever, constantly fucking has horrible TOS violations. We've talked about the DMCA shit, but this is an example of you clip chimping their TOS and trying to find meaning in it when it's not there.
I really don't think so.
I do.
I think well, hold on. Wouldn't you say that a reason that this is put into place and that Twitch would want it is that so that streamers wouldn't pull up random people that are not related to this whatsoever in front of 30,000 people and call them
But he's in the game. That's a YouTuber. He's in the game.
Listen, it could have been a Facebook. It could have been something else.
But it wasn't. And if it was, we would argue it differently. But again, Ethan Klein is literally pulled up
but
like
that's why this
fucking
rule is put
shit.
in place to I'm not defending Ethan. You shouldn't do it either.
Okay.
They're all bad.
But like, why is it bad when Taylor Lorenz isn't posting the footage of Hasan doing bro tip, but we can just ignore that fact based on and make this argument about Hasan Piker?
Wait, I'm not following. What's that?
Well, it's bad when Taylor Lorenz pulls up that clip from 10 years ago saying that Ethan Klein harasses women. But everyone says, Taylor, you've got to watch the video of Bro Tip where he said if you're old enough to count, you're old enough to mount. And then you have to address that one.
That's the game.
But I'm not playing the game. I'm trying to get the truth. I'm sorry. Like I'm not here to play your game.
It's not my game. That is the game. Like if you're out here like I can't believe you're pulling up tweets from 10 years ago. Well, listen, bro, I don't know what to tell you. That's the world. That is never changing ever, no matter what. That is what everyone does all the time, nonstop. It will never end ever. And your side is based.
It's not a good
No, it
argument.
doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be a good argument. That's what everyone does.
But you're just throwing shit at the wall. What makes you better than him? What makes you better than Hasan Piker?
I'm glad you asked, because my side is honorable and it was obviously taken out of context. Their side meant it, and they still haven't changed.
Oh, so it's just sides cock. This is the issue.
Completely, 100%.
That's the big issue, though. That's why unironically, that's why we can't do a show.
Well, it's not me saying that.
No, it was you. You just said that.
No, I'm saying that's how the game is. That is the game, 100%.
All right. Well,
do you not think that that's what people do on Twitter all day, every day?
Yeah, but you're the guy on Twitter, so you can't be like... You know what this is? This is the argument for why Hasan Piker is allowed to be a socialist with a big-ass house. It's the same thing. It's like, well, unfortunately, this is the landscape that we're in, so I might as well do it. If we lived in a whole socialist society or whatever, obviously we'd be redistributing, but I could buy a Porsche and a huge house, because unfortunately that's the current world we live in.
I guess what I would see you coming at this is like you have someone like shitting on you, like doing a lot of stuff, and you're like, well, that really sucks.
Hasan Piker smeared me as a Nazi. Hasan Piker has fucking said that I'm a fucking far righter. He said that EFAP is a far right podcast. He's pulled up my shit all the time and stuff like that, and said a bunch of horrible shit about me that's not accurate. And you know what? There's a huge list of stuff I can critique with him. I don't have to make anything up though. There's enough here that I don't need to like stretch it as far as I can go. Yeah, I don't need I don't need to stretch a 50th example of when Twitch.tv was too lenient on Hasan Piker's ban. There's plenty of examples as it is that are stronger. But all you do is put fodder in there for him to respond and get an easier clapback with.
I don't know. I kind of disagree with you. I mean, especially looking at how many people thought that this was egregious. I think that you might be having a very commentary brain to take care versus what the
commentary take is to not lie.
Yeah, this isn't the lie, though.
You sent me a screenshot where you circled half a sentence.
Wait, what did you think that was supposed to be showing there?
The published confidential information part was pretty important to that sentence. That's a pretty important factor when determining doxing is the confidential information part. That's
could include, what is the first example on that thing that I didn't even circle?
Okay, but that would literally make me the biggest glitch in YouTube history.
I understand. Twitch's terms of service is retarded. What do you want me to say? I agree. Yes.
Okay.
But you can't be like, hey, it's only confidential information. It's confidential information. It gives you a fucking list of what it is right there. And you're like choosing not to acknowledge that. You're
because
like, no,
it's laughably ridiculous to say that a social media
then
person...
fucking blame them. Then blame them.
Nicholas DeOrio would be doxing if someone said it on Twitch. They would never enforce the policy like that. You want to say Hasan Piker...
Point to the fact that like people like Nathan got permanently banned.
If they unbanned Destiny right now, someone they hate on the platform, and Destiny went live and said, Nicholas DeOrio made a new video on me, they would not ban him for that. They would never enforce this policy on Nicholas DeOrio.
That line there? Attempting to cause inconvenience, harm, or embarrassment. That's
guess what? Your friend hates me, so I'm pretty sure he wouldn't do it for the love of the game.
Maybe he would. Maybe he'd say, hey, go check out this latest video. It's pretty good.
Maybe after the J-Stock stuff. I don't know.
But, I mean, yeah, exactly. He's coming back.
All right. Well, I think we've kind of exhausted this. I'm going to get back to my segment now, but that's really... I'm not really super happy with that combo.
Did you see the don't forget you go to the mic one. That's a much more
the mic stuff is here. It's on the list. I'm going to talk about it because Mike retweeted something about me. So I'll let you go.
Okay.
Dude, holy shit. I just fed the small commentary channels for a month. What the fuck, bro? Holy shit, dude. All right. So we're gonna run this segment as quickly as possible, I guess. I don't know, because this is going to get reposted everywhere. Okay. So yeah, just finishing off the doxing segment. You know what I actually realized? Even when Ethan covered it, I don't even mean to be a dick here. He put the word doxing in quotation. I don't even think Ethan thinks that this was doxing. And I think that he owes this guy an apology because it had nothing to do with him. Even Ethan thinks this isn't doxing. Why we're fighting this one. But yeah, I don't know. Okay. Hi. Okay, Future Nick here, probably for the final time this video. Thank you, I guess, for if you got this far, but that was the debate with Dan. Now, first and foremost, before I get to any of the stuff that happened after this, because I do think it's important to include, and I'll probably stream about it later, but I think it's important to have in the VOD. I do want to point out that in the conversation, I talked about how Dan's ban was likely justified. I don't know the reason they inevitably hit Dan. It's probably something stupid where they just deleted his whole account and said he was a harasser or something. But ultimately, Dan did deserve to get banned from Twitch, and it's extremely extremely hypocritical if he's going to grandstand on any moral issues here when he's talking about going through the Facebook account of Dan Clancy or subsequent people who are associated with the trust and safety team. In this case, specifically Dan Clancy, going through and getting all of his vacation photos with his children and claiming he will be using those against him.
They don't sleep good at night knowing that I'm downloading every Facebook comment that you've made, that I've gone and I've...
They is the trust and safety team, the employees of Twitch.
They don't sleep good at night knowing that I'm downloading every Facebook comment that you've made, Dan. That I've gone and I've basically downloaded every comment you made everywhere. All of your travel journeys, the stuff with your kids, literally everything. Downloading it all, going through it, and use it all against them. By the way, this is a good reason why you should use redact.dev.
There's a lot to unpack here. This is probably the most insane business promotional advert I've ever seen. I wonder why they don't run these as ads on YouTube channels. What we see here is Dan directly threatening the CEO with images of his children on vacation, claiming he will use those against him. So I don't really think that Dan has a ton of room to stand. I mean, that's what he said. These are his words. I don't think he has a ton of room to stand on this issue. Now, fundamentally, that's not the main takeaway. The issue that I seem to have is that there were tons of viral tweets here talking about how he was displaying a weapon, which fine, absolutely. I agree with the position I shared when I made the stream. Probably should get like a 24-hour ban, right? But doxing two different people, one of whom is a completely innocent victim, is not really fair. Calling for Amazon, Jeff Bezos, fire Dan Clancy. This is just like a fucking operative, I guess, who's just glazing Dan the entire time. This is like a 400 likes. I've seen tweets with way more. Obviously, people have been spreading this clip around in numbers, implying that someone was doxed here. I've still seen absolutely zero evidence anyone here in this video is doxed, even by Twitch's TOS standards as outlined previously. But I made a thread talking about it because honestly, it frustrated me. Like it was kind of annoying. And I do want to show this to you because it's like extremely like ridiculous that people are still trying to argue this. So the thread that I put out was Hasan Piker did not dox anyone in this clip. He pulled up the public YouTube channel of Apex Crypto YT. YT means YouTube. So the account that they had on Twitch was Apex Crypto YT. And then he pulled up two separate accounts. Now, one of them was the wrong Apex Crypto. That was a different person, was not the guy who supposedly said it. The second one was supposedly the guy who made the claim. Now, what is the claim, by the way? When I watched Dan Saltman's video, the interesting thing that I notice is that Dan seems to just bolt through it, which is odd. Doxing and threatening an innocent person with an authentic gun, or authentic looking gun in front of 30,000 people. And we don't actually ever really hear what is said, because Hasan will read out all of these messages, and Dan kind of oddly skates through it.
Time to crusade Iran and Gaza. Mamdani communists. Let's go to war against the left.
Notice he starts fast forwarding as soon as this person says that Hasan Piker should be beaten soon. Hasan Piker getting beaten soon, right? The person for treason, and then hang Hasan for treason. I think it's interesting he chooses to fast forward here, because the average person won't know what led to this. Now, it doesn't justify brandishing a fake gun. I think that absolutely is something, and I've repeated this multiple times, that should be enforced. I think they need to slap you on the wrist for that. A 24-hour, a 7-day ban, a fucking 30-day ban even potentially, right? They don't want people brandishing guns on their site, and it starts from the top down. It absolutely should be something that happens to Hasan Piker to let people know this is something that you can't fucking do on the platform. Sure, 100%. I agree, right? The issue here is that this guy didn't get doxxed. I'm sorry. Like, his name is Apex Crypto YT. It's a YouTuber on the site who's referencing their YT handle in their username. You could say, well, what if it's some bad faith actor? It's like, but it's not, okay? Maybe we can navigate those trees of dialogue in some other hypothetical Discord debate, but realistically, we can only operate with what is happening right now. This clip has been shared thousands of times across Reddit and Twitter, but not once have I seen a single person think to blur the dox because it doesn't exist. That's a main issue here that I wanted to point out, is that even in Dan Saltman's fucking live stream, this fucking kid's face is still visible. So if the issue is that showing this kid's face is inherently doxing by Hasan Piker, why is it not doxing when I do it? Why is it not doxing on Dan's Twitter? Why are we signal boosting this guy's fucking vicious doxing spree of these two, one of which is apparently an innocent content creator? If they're really being doxed, I should not be able to go to Dan's Twitter, find the video, and show you who these people are. Next point. A commenter told Hasan that he was being treasonous. This is more of a shot, I guess, in this case, the H3H3 subreddit is where this came from. A commenter told Hasan he was being treasonous. So what does he do? He grabs his Glock on stream, it's a toy gun, tells the viewers to find the guy, and starts waving the gun around like he's in a movie, asking, and again, this isn't really the clip. This isn't really what happens in the clip. And like, why would you remove the part where it says that Hasan is gonna get beaten soon, like direct threats here, and saying that Hasan should be hanged? It doesn't justify the action specifically, but it also makes Hasan's reaction being more aggressive make sense, if that makes sense, right? Like, why do we have to leave out that the person who did this is a bad person, or fast forward through it, or not really, I guess, challenge our worldview by actually hearing what the guy had to say and then making our judgment that way? It feels really odd to try to like glaze over someone saying that Hasan needs to be hanged. Okay, that's insane to me. He was calling for Hasan to be hung. He said that Hasan should be beaten. In response, Hasan pulled up 2 YouTube channels and showed their public profiles. This does not constitute doxing by anyone's definition. I maintain that position as well. If your response, and this goes to the audience, the people watching, if your response to any of what I just said is, but he brandished a fake gun. First of all, I agree with that. I think it should be a 24-hour ban, blah, blah, blah. I've already said this. But this tells me that you're pretty much completely morally bankrupt and you're unable to acknowledge when people are just straight up fucking lying. And I think that like there are a billion examples of Hasan getting special treatment at Twitch. We can literally go back to the whole terrorism arc and the fucking musical people and the hijacking ship, right? And between Hasan and his direct orbiters and how they were initially treating the tier list before people started complaining, right? It's obvious that these people get special treatment on the platform. I think everybody knows this. I think they know it. I think that's why they stream there, to be honest. So we don't need to make things up, you know? It's super obvious that this is already happening on the site. We don't need to bend over backwards and create new scenarios in our mind. Simultaneously, this is also a really easy clip to criticize. You just have to focus on the gun, right? Like, we don't have to add this weird, hypothetical, fake doxing angle and pretend that we get scared when people show YouTube channels on video, as if that's not the entire point of the huge reaction genre that, like, took over Twitch and is also what we're doing actively on YouTube over here. Everyone does this. Everyone shows the fucking YouTube channel or plays videos where people's faces are in it, some of which are aggressive and mean, right? Obviously, they don't enforce the TOS that way. We don't need to make up a fake doxing claim to enhance our pathetic gun brandishing claim. When I say pathetic, I mean it's pathetic that Hasan did it. Also, if your response to this thread/evidence is he took off the orange tip and that's illegal in the state of California, I just want you to know that I loathe you, and I do. I absolutely do. If your whole response to people are lying, they're spreading misinformation knowingly or maliciously, or they're extremely stupid, and your response is, but Hasan is bad, that just tells me that you're subscribed to the team sports theory and you're not serious about any of the issues you claim to be serious about. I think that if you're pushing for Twitch to be consistent, that should start from the bottom up, I guess, in this case. And by bottom, I mean you, the viewer. You probably should have like some semblance of consistency before you do that. Otherwise, you're just like an unhinged schizophrenic Hasan hater, and you're the stereotype that he portrays you as to his audience. If you're this fucking guy, he's like, actually, he has a fucking black tip on his gun, which should be orange in the state of California. Well, you're really no better than the people that we spend the last 6 months criticizing, right? Like, you're literally making snark level arguments to justify your obsessive hatred of Hasan Piker. It could be justified, but your argument certainly isn't. Then I mentioned this one, and I think this is the funniest thing. The implication here makes the Lance from the Surfs and his debate with Destiny like have a whole new meaning right now. I'm not really sure if you guys remember this. This is like a long while ago, but Lance from the Surfs pulled Destiny aside and said like, hey dude, that's Mike from PA. You know why he calls himself Mike from PA, right? It's because he doesn't want people to know his name. And Destiny's like, what are you talking about? Yeah, if I didn't want people to know who I am, I wouldn't name myself Mike from, like, name from location. That's like ridiculous. That's why they called Mike from PA redacted from redacted, because it was a dox. Destiny was talking about how Mike had run for public office.
Do you know why Mike from PA calls himself Mike from PA?
Because he's Mike from Pennsylvania?
Or the same thing, why he calls himself Mike from PA on Twitter?
Because he's Mike from Pennsylvania? I don't know, what do you mean?
Because he doesn't want to reveal his full legal name. He uses it as an alias.
Then why would he
run
get where
for
I'm going with this? Public office?
Right, but he doesn't use that in his Twitter or his Twitch or anything, and he does that with intention.
Pretty easy to like Google around and see like the very public news articles.
I'm never going to contest that, but that's still like, that's his prerogative, right? So by putting that on your stream, that's doxing him.
Nah, I don't buy into that one. Not even remotely close. That somebody who runs for, if he wanted to be like completely invisible, why would he put his first name and the state that he's from as part of his name? What? Hold on. Wait. What you just said was, hold on. Okay, hold on. One sec. Because I'm trying to do this conversation better. I was about to say a lot of really, really mean stuff.
For years, it's been a laughing stock joke of Lance saying he's like a horrible debate person or whatever, and it really started here, I guess, or making fun of Mike for I guess being doxxed when he named himself first name from location. But I guess now with Dan Saltman's new policy here that he's talking about, or he's trying to argue, it depends on, it really changes day to day. In the debate, right, he'd have you believe that his whole angle here is about Twitch TOS hypocrisy, and that the Twitch TOS is the one that he created in his mind. But as you'll find out in a minute, I guess Dan has decided that like now he's gonna use ChatGPT and create an entire new argument the next day because he's mad. But I'll get there in a second. We're not there quite yet. But yeah, no, if pulling up the public channel of Apex Crypto YT, where he shows his own face and the Twitch chatter is referencing their own YouTube channel, if that's doxing, then I mean, Mike from PA was doxed. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Mike from PA is a horrible human being who has retweeted people making threats on me recently, right? But unfortunately, Mike from PA has been a victim of harassment for like the last 5 years, according to Dan Saltman, and he got doxed long ago, and it was extremely fucked up, I guess. I don't know. Maybe the way I understood the internet is actually completely wrong. My whole brain has become wider because of Dan Saltman's new policy. Speaking of Dan Saltman,
the stuff with your kids, literally everything, downloading it all, going through it, and use it all.
Oh, okay, good. That's the guy who's telling me this stuff. And again, as I mentioned before, if Hasan Piker doxed the poor man, why are people shamelessly sharing his face and information online without blurring it? True. This guy's smart. You should listen to him more. So then Dan Saltman inevitably came out and responded to this with his own thread. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to scroll through it real slow like. If you feel like reading whatever ChatGPT cooked up, and I'm not making that up, he literally shows the screenshots, feel fucking free, dude. But I started reading it 4 fucking times, and I mean, it's all here. You can tell me if I'm cooked, chat. I will put it all here for you to look at. Pause at your leisure. I won't be doing that. Maybe I'll check it out on stream in the next segment. If Dan Saltman wants to make an entirely new argument, that's fine, I guess. But it's probably gonna need an entirely new segment because this one's about all the stuff he's trying to bury from the night before, and we can ultimately get to that live. I don't really see a value of doing that offline. I went to try to respond to Dan, and every time I did it, I was greeted with the fact that this fucking idiot took 4 attempts to get this thing done. I kept trying to quote tweet him immediately, and every time I would do it, I'd have to delete the tweet and start over because it took him 4 fucking attempts to make this tweet. I don't know why. My favorite part of it, which I don't think is even in the final version of the tweet, is when he started talking about how he still loves me, but in this one certain case or whatever. I mean, this is really weird. It's extremely odd that he did this, considering that last night after the conversation, I have on good authority, he was pretty fucking pissed off, and he actually went through and just redacted all of his DMs with me preemptively before I even said anything further after the stream. Maybe it's because I said I wouldn't do a podcast with him, which I absolutely fucking won't. But like, he just went through and deleted all of our DMs, and then the next day he tried playing like coy about it, being sorry boys, he kicked me from his Discord. If it makes you feel any better, I'll wait for legal mindset to clarify. Not much more to say until then. Also, I don't know why he's ad homming, as I thought we were chill. We already had the debate. But again, you have to understand that whilst people are interacting with this on Twitter, this segment hasn't been posted yet, unless you were there live or you're watching from like the members only VOD. A lot of people don't even know we talked yet, so they're seeing this for the first time. They're like, why is Nick's reaction to this big long wall of fucking, this great wall of Dark Viper AU slop? Why is it this you, get fucked, nerd? And then I immediately doxed him, apparently. Yeah, there he is, dude. This fucking you, Dan, this fucking you. I guess it's not illegal on YouTube, dude. It's only illegal on Twitch, so I'm probably okay to put this in the segment. And then Dan's like, why are you arguing with me? I didn't write the law or the Twitch TOS. Find an attorney who says that you're correct. This is obviously a contract/legal issue and not a feelings issue. Maybe Pisco will back you up. Like, and by the way, he's also like completely raped by Pisco. I don't really understand that either. Pisco wanted to talk to Dan, and usually I would just like, okay, whatever, you're just looking for attention. But Dan is like obsessively, continuously talking about Pisco because it's like the one lawyer that doesn't agree with Dan. So I guess maybe Pisco might back me up on this. I don't know why he would dive in to defend me on anything. I don't really know Pisco, but it seems like Dan has an issue with Pisco. Maybe he should go hash that out with him and not push that off to me. And then I wrote, because you're a discourse rapist who makes us all worse by comparison through bad faith attacks. And I will actually double down on that. I do believe that Dan Saltman is just straight up malicious. And I'll actually give you another example to this at the end of this video, because there's going to be a little bit more of the segment, and then I'll put another one there. I had 2 conversations with Dan Saltman. One of them was 4 hours long, and I wouldn't really fault you if you haven't actually watched it, but I will be placing the segment in question where he has like extremely weird Hasan derangement syndrome about Diddy, and I had to push back against that like fucking a couple of days ago. Like 2 times in a week, Dan has got me on here. He's just begging me to agree with him when he's just completely taking everything out of context because he hates Hasan Piker. At least that's the way I view it. If that's not what's actually happening here, I sincerely apologize, but the way that it's coming off to me is that Dan is like an autistic warhead, all right? He's like a junkyard dog. He just says, I hate Hasan Piker, and I will do anything by any means to take him down. I hate Dan Clancy. I will do anything by any means to take him down. Again, I'm sorry if I'm misrepresenting you, but that's how you portray yourself online. And I think that a lot of people kind of think this about you, unless they're also somebody who does not actually care about facts, does not actually care about the things that they're preaching, that they're all just on team fuck Hasan, and it's any way they can possibly achieve that goal. So why is it bad faith? When should we substitute our own feelings of what someone did versus what the law says? Now, if you watch the debate, this is probably extremely weird to you because he explicitly said, like the night before this, that it wasn't a legal argument, that he was just talking about Twitch TOS. Now, obviously, after he lost the debate, he woke up the next day and then fired up ChatGPT and then, I guess, created a new legal argument, Mama Maxian style, like a Mama Maxian attempt here. You're not really engaging with anything in my post because I already won. Just calling me bad faith. I'm not even sure what you disagree with. Twitch calls it doxing. They don't. You continuously keep saying that. They absolutely don't. Your interpretation of the Twitch TOS is extremely warped. California law calls it doxing. I don't even know if I agree with that. Then I said, you sent me the screenshot last night, ignoring the word sensitive information and could. Then you admitted it wasn't illegal doxing last night live on stream, and mostly a critique of your Twitch policy that you intentionally misread. You have frantically been trying to find a new position to better fit your end goal all night. I hope this is more obvious now that we're seeing it all in rapid succession, that is very clearly what Dan was doing, and this is the screenshot that I showed you earlier when I jumped in. Then he said, find an attorney who agrees with you. Why? Does the attorney litigate Twitch TOS? Again, I thought that was what we were arguing about, but you've pivoted mid-conversation when you realized you were wrong. I'll take ChatGPT agreeing with you so long as it's a fair prompt. I won't, because ChatGPT isn't a lawyer, and you guys are fucking retarded if you continuously do this. Then I wrote, so you're just agreeing that you have no idea what you're talking about and frantically throwing prompts into ChatGPT all night to try to avoid taking an L, lol. He goes, no, I am correct in trying to give you a graceful way out before more attorneys agree with me. I'm scared. We're all talking about the definition of a word, but you clearly don't want to rely on attorneys. But instead, you're wrong personal views. Again, Dan literally expressed last night that these were also his personal views. It's in this fucking conversation. He literally agreed with me and then pushed it off saying it's a technicality based off of Twitch TOS. He is literally lying here. And it's with it, and he's doing this because the fucking interview's not out yet. Nobody's seen it yet, so he's trying to get ahead of the narrative. It's really pathetic. So I've seen the way he treats me. I know the way that he's treating Hasan then. I'm sorry, this is like insane. Doxing is mostly based on intent. This is obvious. Obvious to fucking who, motherfucker? ChatGPT when it gave you the prompt? I said, I'll give you a grace and a chance to admit that Mike from PA was doxed by your handler and harassed for years when Lance called Destiny out, since you surely believe that now based off of the pathetic inability to back down. I personally don't think that, by the way, but it fits your standards like a glove. And then people were immediately jumping on my dick saying like, let the record show that Nick defended Mike from PA. I mean, if you're that fucking stupid, yeah, sure, dude, 100%. Mike from PA for the win, okay? I support him 110%. Yeah, 100%. Are you defending Mike from PA? I don't know, bitch. Can you fucking read? So Dan Saltman redacted all of our DMs because we disagreed on stream, and then he tried to portray it as like, well, I had this inkling that this might just happen, and he's complaining that he got kicked from the Discord. Bitch, why the fuck would I keep you in my Discord? Wait, why? Dude, if I woke up and I saw that all of our DMs after you were begging me to do your podcast are gone, okay? Why would I let you you redacted your DMs, I redacted your ability to read my fucking comments, okay? That's what happened. Like, if you're gonna fucking redact all of your communications with me, I'm gonna redact your ability to read whatever the fuck I write to my audience, okay? Obviously, that's like a normal thing to do. And simultaneously, right, I actually went back because he didn't redact the stuff that he wrote in the chat. He was in chat coping the night before, so I don't really know why he's like I don't know what his angle is here. That clip is actually pretty funny, talking about a clip from the debate. It felt like an older, less autistic Bo Blacks losing an argument. And then Dan jumped in to like talk to my fans in my member server, saying that he regrets nothing. But he's lucky he did this when J-Stalk's life was exploding. So like, he knew he looked like shit, which is even weirder. Like, he's literally admitting that he knew he looked like shit. And he's glad that J-Stalk is a smokescreen, so nobody talks about it, which is funny. Then also, someone wrote, bro wants to fake ego cope after he got reamed live, and he goes, actually, I do a weekly show. I don't think you know me. I don't care. Like, this is like an admission that he got the shit pushed in live on stream. And then he just woke up and he's like, all right, let me fire up ChatGPT so I can write me a new argument. It's really pathetic. But yeah, no, when I posted this thing, I actually just let a bunch of people start replying to me because I kind of wanted to get the litmus test viewpoint of what people were thinking initially. So they said, well, legally it isn't, but according to Twitch TOS it is. I don't know, it's actually not. You're falling victim to the most malicious possible interpretation of the TOS, and the people who call it illegal at Twitch are using that terminology to mislead. No reasonable person would view saying Hasan Piker's name, for example, as something that could break the spirit of their doxing rules, but in this case, we're ignoring the word could entirely, and people are conducting the most malicious possible reads. That's what's happening here. Someone said, someone could make the argument, though, that he's inciting his fans to harass him, or that what he did threatened by threatening the wrong guy. And I go, it hits harder if you don't kick it in lies and bullshit, which I think is fully accurate. Of course, I hate Hasan, but I only want the truth, and you always deliver. The big thing here is that people who hate Hasan should want to signal boost shit like this. Bad faith actors who are lying and providing slam dunks only serve to help him. Oh, and to keep his audience oblivious. It's generally not best practices to deliver layups to Hasan Piker if you want to criticize Hasan Piker. In totality, with the semantics argument, it was still a very explicit call to harass and an actual threat by both Hasan and his chat directed at the individual. Sure, 100%, but you're not engaging with the tweet at all, and you're kind of backpedaling. So it's like, hey, dude, you know all that stuff you just said? Sure, but it's bad because this reason. You sound like a snarker. Like, I don't think that you're a snarker. I'm not trying to insult you on a personal level. I don't know what you actually say or what you believe in, but this is the mentality of the types of people that Ethan has been criticizing. It's like, oh, you got me on something? Let's take 2 steps back and then reevaluate it like we didn't just fuck this up. That's the snark mentality. That's the thing that we've been fighting against and ragging on stream since fucking February. Okay, so I'm not going to accept it from my own audience. No, absolutely not. That's funny. He still brandished a fake firearm. It's like, who cares? Literally, in the context of this thread, right? Obviously, people care outside of it, but in the context of this thread, does that make lying okay because he brandished a fucking toy firearm? Is this not the exact behavior Hasan and his orbiters were criticized for? I think that people are calling it doxing. This is a good point. I think people are calling it doxing because it's what Hasan's minions said when H3 did the same thing. That's fantastic. But when all the tweets are being shared, nobody's putting in, no, you don't understand, dude, it's not doxing. It's actually hypocrisy because doxing sells better. So no, they just choose to lie instead. It's like, yeah, I guess you can rationalize it that way, but that's the type of thing that needs to be explicitly stated. If this is a hypocrisy argument, which obviously for Dan Saltman, according to whatever ChatGPT shit he was able to fucking scrounge up on a moment's notice here, he's obviously not making the hypocrisy argument. You know, it's just not what happened here. It's all exhausting at this point. Oh yeah, someone's like, well, he deserves this. I go, he deserves to lie because he's a hypocrite? Do you think that people should always abandon all ethics when faced by someone that... Yeah, so this is basically what we're doing. I engage with a lot of people. I engage with people under the Yeet post. I recommend that you go and check some of these things out. Yeah, I mean, I think this is fucking crazy. I'm going to finish this segment now. I'm going to let you back to the Hoodie Nick. I'm Billy Mitchell Nick. I'm going to give you back to Hoodie Nick. He's going to finish off the segment and give you a couple little tidbits. And then... immediately after, Dan Saltman P. Diddy debate will then play, and you can watch him do it again, because fuck it. Well, we're not poisoning the well because the well's already... we're in the well. We're dancing in the well right now. If we dump some more sludge in, I mean, we're already swimming, you know? So we're gonna play the rest of it. I think it's funny, so I'm gonna play it. And this is the clip of Nathan, obviously. This is a permaban on Twitch. This is a decent argument. This is why I think what Hasan did should probably be a 24-hour at minimum. But this is what Nathan did, and he got perma'd.
Destiny is so cooked.
And like they banned this guy for doing this to his dad. So there was like the risk here is so minimal. Like this is obviously a joke. Hasan was doing it in anger. See the orange tip? It means it's a toy. Hasan doesn't have an orange tip. Well, you know what you should do? If you want to be a virtuous attacker, you should fucking write a letter to the congressman that Hasan Piker took that orange tip off of his gun. Oh boy, that'll show him. Dude, we need to call the police and let them know. This is so stupid. I don't give a fuck about that. Either way, it's a go. I'm sorry, I need to watch that one more time. It literally walks in and actually shoots Destiny. Someone call the FBI. He painted the tip black. That's a permaban. So I think the argument that this should be at least a 24-hour slap on the wrist, because honestly, I think that like you need to do stuff like that, or people are going to keep doing this on the site. Eventually, it'll be somebody that they don't like, and then they'll get 24 hours for it. And people will ask why Hasan didn't get 24 hours for it. It's the way that Twitch runs their fucking site. What they do is they give a double standard to their larger creators. We've heard this story a billion times, and then people ask why everyone else gets banned. This is just like the first stage of when it's going to happen to Hasan. Legal Mindset said that Twitch opened the door to a host of legal and non-legal issues if they fail to act on the recent crash out. Just to be clear, if Twitch fails to act on this strongly, then they open the door for a host of other issues, legal and non-legal, and we'll check out why he thinks that also moving forward. Asmon Gold gave a take on this, and I'm going to find out if I'm going to completely disagree with Asmon right now, because I do think people have been a little brainwashed on this.
Oh, yeah. They already got fucking clapped.
And again, it's not presented to people when you say Hasan Piker is a doxer. They're not like pulling up the screenshot of Twitch on every tweet. They're asking you to ask them to give them more information about it. And they're like, well, actually, they're a doxer because Twitch's TOS is written poorly.
Oh, Twitch staff simultaneously instant bans anyone who insults Hasan while does nothing while he doxes and threatens the chatter with a firearm in front of an audience. That's crazy. To pull out a gun and be waving it around on stream? Wow.
Am I the only one who thinks there's like a funny way to do this? It's still probably bad. I think that, yeah, it probably shouldn't be allowed to just pull out a gun and just fucking start I think there's probably a funny way to do this. It's a really sad thing too. Yeah, but that's a A+ reaction tier. Damn, bro, that's crazy. The real crime was the cringe.
Wow, that's a lot. Can the gun's loaded?
Like, imagine a fucking hip-hop YouTuber beef. Actually, wait a minute. No, they might actually shoot each other. Dude, I said that immediately. The first thing that jumped to my mind is like 50 Cent, you know?
He's having issues
50 Cent.
Holding it while aiming it at himself? I don't know if the gun's loaded or not. I have no idea. Do you think Twitch will do anything? Will Twitch do anything of Hasan going over and then talking about shooting somebody or implying that he's going to shoot somebody? Is Twitch going to do anything?
Fun fact about the orange tip, removing it is actually a crime in California. No, that's the point. Yeah, I know it is. That's why I made the joke, right? But like, ultimately, I don't care. I don't hate him that much that I would call the police to say that he removed the orange tip off of his airsoft gun. I'm sorry, it's a little above that's a little actually probably below my pay grade to care about. I'm sorry.
I really wonder. I've got a feeling I know the answer to that, and I've got a feeling that everybody knows the answer to that. But I guess we're gonna.
Well, I actually checked. Okay, so here's what happened. I looked at his house and I noticed that there is he's in his basement, right? Now, for his house to be up to code, he actually needs an egress window. Otherwise, it could be deemed a fire hazard. So what I did was I called the state and I told them about this. And then Hasan Piker had to put an egress window in his basement. It's just like, I think at some point you become the bad guy here. Like at some point you're a fucking loser. And I feel like if you go and like hyper analyze stupid shit like that,
gonna have to find out, right? And Twitch won't do shit. Yeah, no, and this is what's so crazy about it. It's perma worthy.
Yeah, we've gone from it's bad that he promotes terrorists to like the orange tip on his airsoft gun has been removed.
For sure, that's real violent threats. Keep in mind that E-Rob got suspended for 30 days for telling somebody that he was going to get in a fight with them at TwitchCon.
Rare Nick L take. If your position on this is that everything Hasan does is bad objectively and we can't look at it with any sort of question or criticism in any other direction, then ultimately this channel isn't for you. I'm sorry if you feel like you've been misled in some capacity, but unfortunately, Hasan Piker isn't wrong every single time. There are times where I'm going to have to defend him. And you can thank people like Dan for making me do that. Because if nobody went and made this stupid fucking argument, you wouldn't have an entire segment from me talking about it. Ultimately, though, that is what is going to happen.
Yourself Keffel's tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
Yeah. Keffel's appreciated the shout out.
I just wrote to my congressman and they said I owe thousands in taxes. Could I have 2,000 Canadian dollars?
Yes, dude, you can have it. The only time that I don't give 2,000 Canadian dollars is when the person is fucking. I'm not even gonna make the joke. They'll say I'm being legit. It's Bo Blacks. It's when it's Bo Blacks, dude. It's when it's fucking Oki's Weird Stories, his strongest soldier. So Hasan took a shot at Legal Mindset. We're gonna look at the Legal Mindset stuff now because Legal Mindset was one of the people who called him out. Let's see what did LSF say. I presume all this is going to be about the gun, and none of this is going to be about the doxing. What's really funny is if you continue to watch, another chatter pulls up a different YouTube channel and says it's not him, this is him.
Yourself careful.
So they just targeted a random YouTuber who had nothing to do with it. But I don't think it's a random YouTuber. Again, random YouTuber.
The DDG payment declined, so Nick is allowed to disagree with Dan again.
Yes.
Can we get a Keen popcorn emote?
So if you go here and you check out immediately the name of the channel.
Nicholas, the GOAT.
It's
Thank you for the
Apex
$5,
Crypto.
my man.
And then the second channel is not in this clip. It's a different, I'm pretty sure the second channel is also Apex Crypto. So yeah, I guess random, sure, but it's the guy who has the same name. He just got the wrong guy. You know, speaking of got the wrong guy, Bad Empanada is telling everybody I live in Miami, which obviously, if you hear my accent, it is a very Miami accent. We'll get to him in a minute, okay? He fail doxed me recently, which I feel bad for the other Nicholas DeOrio, for sure. Dude, I reinforce your accounts, buddy. They're coming for you. Yeah, I don't know. If you watch the clip, he even realizes it's the wrong guy, casually threatening a random innocent person. This would get anyone else permabanned. I mean, it has gotten someone permabanned. Hasan and Sneeko flashing guns to look tough. Absolutely funny. Hasan just testing the waters to see what he can get away with. In any other country, waving a gun around and threatening a random guy wouldn't get your... Well, okay, what you're failing to mention here is that Hasan is very musical people, okay? He has taken a lot from the content that he watches, all right? In the next video, it's going to be an AK. You know, bro, he's so cringe. It's like acting like a high schooler. Again, this is how you cover this. Like this is the angle I would take 100%. Is he looks like a pussy doing this. It's actually really pathetic to hold a gun that's like in proportion with his head and it's small for his body.
Nicholas, the GOAT. Thank you for the $5, my man.
Like honestly, if you're gonna go this, it would be even cringier if he actually had a real gun. You're brilliant. Oh, that's a fucking promoted account. He was trying to be musical. Okay, well, shit, dude. But would Luffy have done this? Would Luffy have done this, chat? Would you say that Luffy would have done this? I think we have a question on the soundboard.
She even rapes people. She's just like Luffy.
Half the people in Florida have your accent. You know why? Because that's where the cool people go to die. That's why everyone in Florida sounds like Nick DeOrio. Because all the cool people go down there to die. Notice how fast he pretends and all his morals go away when someone he doesn't like is involved. Huh! Chat! Notice how how fast his morals go away when someone he doesn't like is involved. I hate that quality in people. That's a quality that I really don't like in people. Some would say it's one of the worst qualities that someone could have. 35-year-old man, by the way. Making fun of people for their weight simultaneously if the literal word... And again, I don't think that Frogan should come up in his thing saying they've harassed Frogan by talking about her weight, his weight or whatever, when that's like Hasan's go-to thing because it's safe, edgy to do. Nothing is more pathetic than a grifting soy boy waving a gun. Again, that is a perfect breakdown of what's happened here. All right, so real quick, we're going to be checking out the other conversation now. I lied. I'm actually back. I'm Future Nick again. Yeah, so we're going to be doing that right now. Let me check this out in a couple of seconds, okay? In a couple. Okay, let's go.
Hasan is a guy who's on record that he's fucked prostitutes. He's a guy on record saying that he wanted to fuck Diddy's cast-offs. He's a guy on record.
Whoa! When the fuck did he say that?
You don't know about this?
I don't know. Hasan did not want to lather up in baby oil and start fucking people at Diddy's house.
Hold on. DeOrio, are you fucking with me right now? Or are you fucking with me?
That didn't
happen. No. Stop.
No.
Stop. Hasan wanted to fuck Diddy's cast-offs.
What is a cast-off?
He said that.
Is that like Takeoff, the rapper?
Are you fucking with me right now?
No,
are
I
you
have
trolling
no idea.
me?
That was a joke, but I have no idea what you're talking about, and I had to stop you because that sounds crazy. There's a clip of him talking about young girls. I have no idea.
No. We're sorry. We're gonna have to extend this conversation a little bit. I'm sorry. I have to pull up some receipts here.
His argument was that he went to a party and he's like, "This is cringe" or whatever.
No,
and then he found out it was
DeOrio, you suck as a drama YouTuber. You're all over the place, man.
Bro, there's the Diddy. What is the Diddy party allegation? I didn't spend 2 seconds looking.
Give me a second. I can't believe you didn't spend 2 seconds on this. What is wrong with you? What is fucking wrong with you? You call yourself an honorable
drama YouTuber and you didn't cover this? Are you
okay? Yeah, this better be this better be better than the clip I pulled of you.
You paid. Is Hasan paying you money to not watch this?
I'm actually getting paid from both sides, dude. That's how I maintain my that's how I maintain my wealth, dude.
Here is the video that I made. I'm gonna post it in your chat because it's the best one.
Of course, we're gonna get. So Dan is sending me his own self-promotional material.
It's on an H3 subreddit, and I didn't even fucking post it. It's one of these cocksuckers fucking jacked it from me.
Are you gonna sue them?
Thinking about it.
Well, why aren't you gonna sue them and defend your IP, Dan? Is it because
I didn't register? I didn't think. I didn't think.
Call animal control on your cat.
I didn't think ahead enough to register this with the Library of Congress. Moving forward, though, you better watch yourself. You start reacting to my content,
dude. He logged He logged my stream in the Library of Congress and said it was his. All right, I can't show the tweet because he didn't send it yet. I got a link.
Posted it in chat. You dump. You're so stupid.
We have fucking DMs, bro. What are you talking about?
Here, God, DeOrio, your YouTuber skills is leaving something.
Bro,
to
I'm
be...
not looking at my chat.
All right, now I want to watch it at the same time.
I want
to hear the audio.
I'm going to screen share. I am going.
And you have to start at the beginning too.
Okay, Mr. Saltman. Here we go. Let's go. I didn't hear it yet, so yeah.
I made this YouTube video. It's so good. I made it. I did all these sound effects. I did the editing myself. Everything. First, stop, pause, watch the video. Yes. Or watch the first scene. What does that say? Read it out loud.
I would love. I don't want to read that.
Read it out loud. God damn it!
I don't want to read that. No, I don't want to read
it out loud.
It's on the screen. Hasan.
Read it in your best
Hasan Piker would love. Should I make Carl Weezer say it?
Do it.
Jimmy's mom would love to hang with Diddy at the Ciroc Entourage and trickle down and beg anything thrown in his way. Dude.
All right, now press play.
All right, bro. Was he like 12 when he wrote this? How old was he?
He wrote this, motherfucker. He wrote this. He wanted to fuck people that Diddy was fucking at Diddy parties.
But he didn't know that Diddy was fucking children.
Hold on.
Okay.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Let's press play on this video.
What? Why did he say what loud? Hold on, I gotta make this louder. Boost it.
Because he was reading the tweet. He was responding that look at my tweet. Look at my tweet. That's me, the cat at the top.
Redact,
I wrote this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you denying going to a Diddy party? Of course I'm denying. This didn't happen. What are you talking about? Think.
So he's saying the tweet's fake, even though it's an archival screenshot?
No. Stop. Stop. Go back. How are you fucking this up? You are the worst at context. Okay. First off, this is a tweet that happened in 2012. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now press play, and I'm gonna tell you to pause again quick after that.
This is like Coney.
What?
Okay, quick pause.
Okay.
Okay. He's now responding to someone who's saying, are you denying that you've gone to a Diddy party?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this tweet does not say that he's gone to a Diddy party that he did. It just says that he wants to fuck people that have come down from a Diddy party.
Okay.
So someone just asked him, hey, are you denying that you've been to a Diddy party?
Well, he didn't want to fuck them. He wanted to give them the bro tip.
Stop, you dumb bastard. They were trying to be funny in chat. Okay.
No,
they were a Hasan dick rider being like, so Hasan, so you're saying you've never been to a Diddy party? LOL.
Because
of course they're.
You get the. Never mind. Okay, I got you.
How am I having to explain this to you?
No, you don't understand. Okay, you just. Never mind.
All right, press play. Press play. Okay. Press play.
You denying going to a Diddy party? Of course I'm denying. This didn't happen. What are you talking about? Think.
I did that editing.
Oh, look at you with the fucking 2006 T channel fucking music. Yeah, you thought that was a compliment, you motherfucker. I got you.
I walked into this like back like sphere Epcot looking thing in the back of like the house that P. Diddy was renting for his
okay.
And was throwing after parties at Coachella, and they were playing like these crazy
this is the clip I
crazy
thought.
Things for people who are
Shut
high.
up and keep watching.
Not me, of course. I had only eaten portobello mushrooms.
Bro, he's in the room where he slams the desk. I'm sorry.
And one of the images that they were playing was like this little girl, this like supposedly attractive, very young.
All right, supposedly attractive. He's criticizing the age of the girl.
Girl.
He's there at the Diddy party.
Okay, but no, Dan, you told me he was attracted to young girls. This is a video of him saying that he wasn't attractive.
Hold on.
When did I say that?
All right, no, that's not the way that you said it, but you implied that he was happy about this young girl and said that she was hot. He's specifically saying supposedly attractive, that he wasn't attractive.
I do not
to her.
recall saying anything like that, sir. You are putting slanderous, libelous
the way I explained it the first time it didn't come out good. But my point is, this is not a positive for him. He wasn't like, wow, this minor is fucking
very
let
young
me just listen to the rest of the clip.
girl, like opening up a Christmas gift.
Okay. So there's more. I'm sorry, there's more. Did you think that was it? No,
that
there's
was the
more.
only clip that I'd seen, but it sounds like he wasn't really happy to be there.
No, he was happy to be there, but he's now like not explaining it. So I have more for you though.
Okay.
So Hasan, Jesus, how am I gonna find this quickly?
The big thing here is that he went to a Diddy party, not anything related to, because you're talking about like fucking prostitutes and stuff. And
no, I'm just saying. Hold on, I'm looking at the grand
the way that
picture.
the way that this is structured is Diddy. He wanted to fuck Diddy's entourage, and then the clip that you play is him saying that there was like a supposedly young girl at the event. So obviously, like, I don't think that he was into the young girl.
You don't know though. I don't know either. I
no,
assume
but
not.
I don't think there's
hope not.
any evidence that can even let me imply that that could be the case.
Well, let's hold on. Let's take a look. See here. Let me sort this by dates, old to new. That's
I'm
how
not.
we
Wait,
get
someone
what
in
we
the
want.
chat said, "I mean, he's not there. Like, this is whack, guys. I mean, listen to what he just said."
Girl, this like that they were playing was like this little girl, this like supposedly attractive, very young girl.
That is him literally saying it's whack.
He was at a Diddy party, motherfucker. It doesn't matter if he's saying it's whack.
I get that. I understand.
I ain't never been at no fucking
he
Diddy
lied
party.
about
He
being
was
at a
there.
fucking Diddy party. 100%. I agree with you. I'm talking to the guy in chat who's saying, "Well, it's not saying it's whack." I go, but that's a clip of him literally saying it's fucking whack.
Hold on. I'm looking for.
Listen, this is the part that I don't like with the whole. There is stuff to criticize here. I think people take it to another level for no reason. You can get him on X. Why do we have to pretend it's Y? I'm talking to the chatter. Like X is funny. We can laugh about X, but Y doesn't exist. So why talk about Y? Because then then you lose out on X.
Okay, so I'm gonna send you some more links. So there's this right here.
Sure.
That's timestamped. You only have to watch like a little bit of that.
Let me see. Okay, is that Boogie? That's not Boogie. Stavarios.
I know Diddy's into stuff like that 100%. He does.
All right, we're gonna scroll back a little bit. Okay.
Fucking glasses with the slits through, bro.
The hater shades, the hater blockers, the stunners. Oh my god, dude, that would be so sick. Yo, I know Diddy's into stuff like that 100%.
Sunglasses?
He does like crazy stuff like that.
I feel like if you fucked enough, it's like you kind of want to do some shit like that. Although I can't.
What is that, Dan?
That's him sounding like he knows what goes on at a Diddy party.
No,
and when was this video?
Dan. When I say what is that, what are they talking about? What is that stuff?
Crazy
what is he
sex.
into?
Crazy
but what
sex
kind
stuff.
of crazy sex?
I don't fucking know. How the fuck would I know?
Because it's your clip. Hold on.
It's not my. It's not
Let's
my
talk
clip.
about Call Her Daddy with Julia Fox.
Let's do it.
She's so pretty. All right.
You need to know that they will never be worthy to have that. Like the pussy, they'll never be good enough for.
Wait, what is the music?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking super villain for.
Good enough for the pussy.
What?
They need to know that they will never be worthy to have that. Like the pussy, they'll never be good enough for the pussy.
What? The pussy?
Watching or something.
What?
Like foursomes. Yeah.
Foursomes. Okay, they're talking about foursomes. Thank you.
Can't if I.
So Diddy is into foursomes.
She does like crazy stuff like that.
I feel like if you fucked enough, it's like you kind of want to do some shit like that. Although
Or we can slow it back. We can go back to normal speed. I just needed to know the context of what he's into. And by the way, Dan, are you saying that people who are into foursomes are like potentially like?
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, no, listen to me, you dumb fucking bastard. Okay, you pizza.
I'm just saying your other
looking-
co-host is the most oversexed person I've seen in my entire life.
I am trying to make a point here that Hasan will go on calling me Diddy Dan over and over again. Because
and you have a right
even
to
though
be
I've
mad
never-
about that.
No. Even though I've never met the motherfucker, but this guy, and I'm about to send you, I think, another clip here where Hasan, his girlfriend, was going to go to a Diddy party, and he broke up with her on the fucking spot because he knew what was going on was at Diddy parties.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's this one though. Let me make sure.
Wait, can I finish this clip? Wait, you brought me to this clip for one sentence?
Yeah, basically, that was it.
Dan,
I've
Hold
never.
on.
I
Let me hear a little
can't.
more.
If I just can't imagine wanting to see a guy fuck my wife. It's just there's something in my brain. Like, listen.
Do you agree? I feel.
All right, dude. This is literally an average Tuesday at DGG.
If my wife wants to watch
Same.
me fuck, and that's the thing. I understand that that's unfair.
Yeah, no.
But and if she doesn't want that, that's fine. But I just can't. It is really that villager shit where it's like our genes were meant to be fucking. You know, I'm meant to be picking olives. You're meant to be fucking rolling.
You fucking pulled out the thing that can find every single time he ever said the word Diddy. That's how you have this clip.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm looking for one and I can't find it right now, so you're just gonna have to take my word.
What do you mean I have to take your word for? I didn't like your word in the last two clips.
I'm trying to find it. God damn it! The cliff notes of it is that it's a story of Hasan breaking up with his girlfriend because she wanted to go to a Diddy party and he didn't want to go because he knew what went on at a Diddy party, meaning people fucking like crazy, and then he broke up with her.
Someone in chat is saying Dan is actually right about the clip. What am I supposed to do with this, bro? I need the clip.
I'm trying to find this goddamn thing.
Dan, you are
what?
hyper. You have Hasanitis, okay? I can't.
No, I don't.
I'm taking it with a grain of salt. It might be right, but I can take it at a grain of salt.
It is right. I'm having a difficulty. I'm looking. Hasan is like, he scrubbed it. He doesn't want the world to know about his girlfriend. Hold on. I'm going to find it. Okay.
Dude, he's going to pull up a clip and Hasan's going to be like, so I was coated in baby oil and I didn't even know who I was. And I'm going to be like, such an asshole.
I got it. Because I don't even know who I was fucking. I was just slipping into whatever asshole was next to me right there. And it's like, oh, yes. I didn't even know this one was here.
Yeah, I don't think that Hasan Piker was like, woo wee, gotta go to the Diddy party. I think that him lying and getting caught lying about it is funny. But I don't think there's anything nefarious here.
I think I got it.
Even the raided the brothel thing is like a little weird because I don't think that like that is as new. Like the brothel was raided after he was there. It wasn't he didn't set out to go, wow, this brothel has really young women. Better go to that one. There's no evidence to support that.
Hey. I understand everything that you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
The point is the cognitive dissonance that the other side will have, the hoops that they will jump through.
No, Hasan Piker gets on stream, calls me a Nazi, says I run a Nazi podcast, but that's why I'm better than him. I'm not going to call him a pedophile because he went to a brothel that got raided after he got there.
Hey.
And I'm not going to say that he wants to fuck young kids at Diddy's party because then I'm no better than he is.
I haven't either, you dumb
bastard.
bastard.
I'm not saying you, but that's what the chat wants. I'm not doing it.
No. Oh, yeah, that is what the chat wants.
That's what the chat wants me to do. They want to clap like seals while I call Hasan a pedophile because he called me a Nazi. I'm not going to do it.
Can you do a good seal noise?
No, you clap. That's the clapping part. But yeah.
Yeah, I know, but they go.
But I don't know. I'm not gonna or for you, Dan. Find me the clip.
I posted it in our messages.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. We're not getting to Mr. Beast tonight. That's gonna be a move over to
Diddy's and
it's the same clip. Oh no!
No, the last link. How do you fail clicking things?
Because I was like,
what the fuck is he dressed? I couldn't tell if he was dressed as like a knight or an orange. It kind of looks like he's an orange.
That's the important part here. Well, yes.
I don't know. I'm setting the stage here. You gotta get some world building going.
Supposed to hang out, and I was like, well, if we're supposed to hang out that night. She was a birthday. She was like, oh, I'm gonna go to this this party at Diddy's house, and I was like, you're not going there without me. What the fuck? What do you mean you're going to this? We were supposed to hang out.
I like that you said that though.
And it was innocent. Like I didn't fucking know what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
What?
This was years ago when she was like, no guys allowed. I was like, okay, you can go on your own.
Whoa! Like, babe, I'm going just a little small thing. Diddy party, no guys allowed.
But it was like
nothing is happening. I'm gonna be networking.
Clarification.
Yes, you gotta clarify the occasion.
Okay, so how do I do that?
Wait, I'm confused. I need to listen to this again. It sounds like he was like hold on.
Innocent. Like it was. I didn't fucking know.
He says he literally didn't know and it was innocent.
Oh, well, shit. If he said he didn't know, Nick, then fuck it. Let's just move the fuck on. What do you want to do?
The prompt is you said that he knew, but the clip is him saying that he didn't know.
No. He's saying, I didn't know they were fucking kids there. But he's still saying, I knew that they were fucking there a lot.
Yes. Wait, hold on. Do you think there's a difference between people knowing that Diddy had parties and had like mass orgies and knowing that he was fucking kids at these parties? Do you think there's a difference there? Do you think it's unreasonable? Do you think that pre-20 or whatever, if people went to a Diddy party, you think the assumption is they were raping children there, or do you think the assumption was they were having a lot of sex? And that there's
I think the assumption.
And when someone, and sorry, if your girlfriend comes up to you and says, "I'm
gonna
going
beat
to,"
you up.
well, if your girlfriend comes up to you and says, "Hey," or your wife, if someone walks up to you and says, "I'm going to be going to a party with P Diddy," someone you know has like fucking group orgies and shit at parties, and there are no men allowed at these parties. I'm going to be going to this now. Do you think the implication is like related to child stuff or related to the fact that like there's sex occurring at these parties and the fact that they're not allowed to bring their partners says they're going to participate?
You are such a contrarian. You know that? Like,
that's not a contrarian take. There's not enough evidence.
I know,
here
you
to say
dumb
that he knew.
bastard. Yes, no shit, you dumb motherfucker. I'm just saying that this is a guy who will call everyone a Diddy party goer. They'll call me Diddy Dan. They'll call you Diddy Oreo when this motherfucker went to like Diddy parties, even though he may not have known. Okay, I don't think he did know. Probably not. But
okay,
the whole point.
That's
the
fine,
point.
then.
We're just talking about how Hasan is like delusional. You get it?
He lied about going to a Diddy party. Yes, 100%.
No, that's not what that is not what I am saying, that he lied about going to a Diddy party. That is the least important part here. The point that we're trying to make is that Hasan and his audience have this blinders on, that anything Hasan does, it's like innocent. Like everyone was going to Diddy parties
team
back then.
sports. I know. I rant on about it the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And I've never even met the motherfucker. This guy's been to his fucking parties apparently multiple fucking times. Right.
But my point is, there's probably like 10% of my chat that's convinced by this clip that he's a child molester. And those people are crazy.
Good. You know what? For all of you guys who are convinced, fuck it. I bet. You know what? I can't be positive, but there's a chance you know.
Stardust in chat said Dan is just pointing out the hypocrisy. You know, that is the worst part, is the hypocrisy.
It's not the child rape. It's the hypocrisy.
Finally, you got it. Oh my god, dude! You finally got. Thank you.
Oh,
no, I know.
Did we just demonetize the YouTube video?
You're good. You're good.
Oh, okay.
Good,
all right. I forgot certain words aren't allowed. I didn't know if we got there or not. But okay, good. Good to know that one's still on the allowed list.
I'm just saying this is like a nothing burger clip with a clear hypocrisy.
Oh, I don't care. You remember
what do you
when
mean
Ethan Klein?
You care? You have
you know what? Let me play this video.
You begging me to watch it. You care a lot about this clip.
No, it's just to show that Hasan and his audience are like, they don't matter. They're unserious, retarded people.
But I knew that before I fucking got this weird Diddy angle.
Well, I am so sorry that I gave you an additional piece of commentary that you didn't know about. My bad, Mr. Oreo. In the future, I will just assume that you knew everything already and then not send you anything.
I saw the one clip, and I feel like I got a little mileage off that one
clip.
No, that first clip that you showed me where he said, like, there was a kid at this party. It was kind of weird. I saw that clip, and I feel like I haven't learned anything based off the other two clips that you showed me. One of them was just him saying the word Diddy, though, so I think you knew that clip sucked, but I don't know. I don't like when Hasan Piker goes on a live stream and says, like, Nick DeOrio runs a neo-Nazi podcast and he's the most transphobic person on the planet and, like, grades people.
I wouldn't say on the planet
And shit. I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't want to do that to him either.
Well, we're not doing that to him.
Yeah.
I don't think we are.
No.
Do you think we are?
Well, I'm just saying, what is the implication of all these clips? Is your argument just that he's a hypocrite because he lied about the Diddy party? And he's been calling you Diddy Dan when he simultaneously has a history of going to a Diddy party and is knowledgeable about the type of... Okay, and that's fine. That's totally fine.
Yeah, because do you know, I'll tell you who hasn't been to a Diddy party or even met Sean Combs. Let me get a picture real quick. Hold on one second.
If you pull up Destiny, I'm kicking you off my stream.
They don't sleep good at night knowing that I'm downloading every Facebook comment that you've made, Dan. That I've gone and I've basically downloaded every comment you made everywhere. All of your travel journeys, the stuff with your kids, literally everything. Downloading it all, going through it, and use it all against them. By the way, this is a good reason why you should use redact.dev.
Oh, this is the family thing? Yeah, what about it?
Yeah, what exactly did that mean? Because it sounded kind of odd.
What it meant is that Dan Clancy is the tip of the spear of allowing anti-Semitism to happen on Twitch, either by incompetence or by the fact that he's an anti-Semite himself. And if he thinks that I'm just going to be like some little nice, like little pussy that's just gonna be like, oh well, Dan, I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna go and do this. Like, no, I'm gonna learn fucking everything there is to know about this motherfucker.
The stuff with your kids, literally everything.
everything that there is to know about
What
them.
do his
Absolutely.
kids have to do with anything, though?
I think all I said is that
I've gone and I've basically downloaded every comment you made everywhere. The stuff with your kids, literally everything. Downloading it all, going through it, and use it all.
I think, like, you know, pictures of you, like, it doesn't matter. Like, that I was basically
You
implying
said pictures
that,
of you stuff with your kids. That's what you said.
yeah, like he has travel blogs with his kids. Like, basically, I had taken everything that he's done. What does this have to do with anything? Did I say I'm going after his kids?
The stuff with your kids, literally everything. Downloading it all and use it all.
I didn't say that.
No, but I think that's the question that people are asking. Like,
No, that's fucking retarded. Okay, and people, that person's like just a Hasan person trying to, like, whatever.
It was Nick DeOrio, so it wasn't.
What? Nick DeOrio?